So this is my vlog about my Achilles tendon rupture back on September 17th, which was a early Thursday morning around about 12:30 a.m. I was riding one of these electric unicycles. Just got it in, waiting 3 months for it. It was the King Song S18, and I took a pretty good spill. It was a high-speed wobble, probably about 25 miles an hour. Couldn't control the thing, and it just bucked me off. I was wearing full gear, knee pads, elbow pads, the jacket, but the sneakers, I was wearing low tops. So somehow, after the wheel slipped, the pedal clipped my left ankle and left a pretty big gash. I didn't go to ER that night. Ended up sleeping it off, just putting some antibiotics on it and going to the City MD the next day. That's the big mistake right there. So yeah, so I went to City MD, they stitched me up and gave me some antibiotics to take. And I think I was about maybe 10 days or 9 days into the process. My foot was swelling up. Went back to get the stitches removed, and the doctor there said it was slightly infected, so they didn't want to take the stitches off. But more and more I started getting concerned with the placement of the gash. So I asked the doctor to check out if I had tore my Achilles tendon. So the test that she performed was basically she squeezed the back of my calf while I was seated, and she could see the movement in my leg. It was happening with this leg. However, when she squeezed this leg, nothing was moving on my foot. So she suggested I go to an orthopedic specialist for them to further evaluate. And mind you, it's about 12 days in now, right, since the accident happened. So sure enough, I went to the orthopedics, and they told me my Achilles was ruptured, and they scheduled emergency surgery that day. When I got there, the doctor saw me, and there was some slight redness on the stitching area, so he didn't want to operate that day. So I ended up staying at the hospital another day. Right, the whole procedure was supposed to be less than an hour, and the whole visit was supposed to be 3 to 4 hours. I ended up saying 3 days. Right, so the next day, the doctor cleared me for surgery. I went in rather quick. My issue here was it wasn't going to be a clear-cut vertical stitch or vertical cut, since I already had a horizontal, laceration. So they ended up slicing over here, I believe. I haven't seen the scar. I haven't seen the stitching yet. So they ended up stitching. They ended up cutting here to get to the tendon to piece it back together, and thankfully they were able to. So I spent the night at the hospital. They gave me a whole bunch of painkillers and made me quite nauseous. However, obviously it alleviated the pain that was on my leg. But I was unable to take those painkillers throughout the night only because it kept making me nauseous. So I ended up trying to sleep through it. Worst night of my life, I guess. There was no position where it was comfortable. It wasn't excruciating pain, but it was just an annoying pain, like the blood was not flowing through my legs. Yeah, so I made it through that night, and then later that afternoon I was discharged from the hospital. So now I am about 5 days out of the hospital. That night I came home. Same thing, right? The pain was there, couldn't sleep. I ended up actually taking Oxy, and that actually helped me. But then the next night, a friend of mine recommended taking a leave, so I started taking that instead of the Oxy, and that helped. So the pain is no longer there. However, I'm gonna be stuck in this cast for another, well, not even a cast. I have to go get a cast. But this is probably on for another 2 weeks. I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday to check in and see how this is doing. And I'll keep you posted then. I'll try to keep a consistent update of this vlog, I would say every month. So 4 weeks from today, I'll post another one to see what my progress is on this Achilles tendon rupture, and hopefully it can help some of you guys through it as well.